Halo.
Great segue onto
the new Halo game coming out.
Oh, yep, Halo Wars 2 is coming out. A game that no one was expecting or was asking for. But
It should still be pretty neat.
Yeah, it's looking to be pretty good.
I didn't
we
think
don't get
Halo Wars 1 did as good at first though, did it?
it didn't do too well, but we don't get too many RTSs anymore.
Yeah, because what I was thinking was, from what I saw, Halo Wars was kind of more like StarCraft.
Pretty much, it's just skinned over.
It was a lot like StarCraft, but Halo Wars 2 is definitely going to be interesting. They're more than likely what Bungie did is probably they learned from where they failed with Halo Wars 1 and made it a lot better. So I would be actually just excited for it in general.
Yep, they turned it into a first-person shooter.
Speaking of Bungie, they announced the new expansion for Destiny, Rise of Iron,
which will be pretty cool. If you pre-order it, you get the new Iron Gallahorn for free. I imagine you can get it through raids. It'll still be pretty nice to get it. Did they say if you were going to be able to actually get it through if you have the old one?
They didn't
nothing
say,
has been said yet. The only actual confirmed way to get it is through pre-ordering, which you got a good bit of time because that does not drop until September.
I wouldn't be too hyped about it because they know what they did. It was good for the players, bad for the gameplay with Gallahorn, how it was kind of like a cheat. I mean, if you had a whole party filled with them, any raid was just easy. It was easy mode for everything, and so I feel like they know that's what happened, and I feel like they're gonna really tone it down, which is still kind of good. I mean, it's still an all-around really good gun. It has tracking, as the Wolfpack rounds, which are awesome. They do. Not only does it do that initial blast damage, which is already super high already, but those clusters do each one does an additional damage, which that's what made it so potent towards any raid boss or any boss in general. Is just the fact that you hit anything with it. I mean, it'll track it. Now it doesn't have like the tracking like Truth does, but it's just kind of that general tracking, which is really nice.
But from what I saw, also with the new expansion, they're adding like a new social space, new Crucible mode, new maps, a new raid,
new armors, new weapon type is what we were seeing.
Yes, and it looks like I'm thinking that were they going to release like the axes as a weapon?
That's what it's looking like.
That's what,
which will be pretty cool. I imagine then they're going to get it to a point where it's going to be kind of that shield and sword as well as gunplay. So I'm gonna be really excited. So I'm gonna be semi-dimensional warframe,
sword gunplay.
Pretty much. I mean, it's gonna be interesting what they're doing with it. It's really cool to see that they're releasing this as well, since they pretty much had to push back a lot of their ideas and go more for those like events, kind of like the Halloween one, the Valentine's Day one.
They are going back to releasing expansions, which is kind of nice to see.
They said that this one was gonna be $30, so I'm thinking it's gonna be smaller than the Taken King, but
it's still gonna be pretty big.
But it's still gonna be pretty big.
And it's gonna be all based around, I imagine, kind of some backstory into the Iron Banner.
Yep.
Iron Lord, new, kind of new enemy type. I mean, it's like they're fallen, but
they're different looking fallen though. I mean,
they're supposed to have like new AI patterns, like how the Taken did.
Well, we can only just see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and that I imagine will be coming out. When is that coming out?
September, I believe.
September 20th.
So there's a lot definitely coming out here relatively soon. That's gonna be really nice.
We're having a really good electronic entertainment expo.
Also, another thing that they talked about at E3 was Dishonored 2.
Dishonored 2 looked like a great game. If you guys ever played Dishonored 1,
you're getting a second one.
You're getting a second one.
Yeah, that game kind of became my life for a couple months.
It's a great game. It's there are multiple different ways that you can actually play it, which is really cool. You can either take the sneaky approach or the not so sneaky approach. So I guess there's really only two ways.
More or less.
Or
you can be sneaky, loud. You can be lethal, non-lethal. So it's like 4.
And it can kind of be more like magic based too. I mean, so it's definitely a different game, but it's really cool. It's definitely unique and different. That's why I'm excited for the second one here, because I really love the first one.
That one is dropping on November 16th, I believe.
And then there was another big release as well, which Quake Champions. I mean, Quake pretty much was the start of competitive first-person shooters. That was where it all started, and now it's evolved. Most games actually take stuff from Quake, idea-wise. I mean, TF2 was based off of Quake, and if you even like stem up from that, Overwatch had some.
I mean, even
had some things that were pretty much taken.
I
from,
think even Quake Champions is taken from Quake.
Well, I'd imagine so. Yes.
I
So
mean,
the Overwatch, TF2. I
even
mean,
TF2 because
even Halo.
Well, Quake was kind of like the beginning game that spawned a lot of different ideas for multiplayer first-person shooting, which is really neat. And so that's what makes the Quake Champions. It's going to be very unique. They're going to update the graphics. I mean, they've already released. They've already pretty much released a lot of big titles already.
considering that, like, when you're talking about Quake's influence on shooters, even Team Fortress 2 more so, because the original Team Fortress started out as a mod for Quake 3.
Yeah.
So.
I think we're running pretty high on time here, so I think we should start wrapping it up. About 23-ish minutes.
29 minutes.
It's okay.
We had-
People will watch.
We had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I mean it's
We did have a lot.
it's E3,
Also, Watch Dogs 2 is getting released.
and that's enough of that. So go ahead and
We're not ended here.
Bad radio.
yeah, I think we should honestly just give out a little bit of information. Keep everybody kind of like give them an idea what's gonna be going on from this point on.
Content roadmap.
I mean, content roadmap. We got.
I think this video can be a little bit longer since it's a pretty much a.
What else do we have to really squeeze in? I don't think there's really much else.
There's a new game called Lawbreakers, which
I mean,
yeah.
even from trying to look at the trailer, it's not too distinguishable from most other shooters. So
Especially since Battleborn and Overwatch are already out.
it doesn't even look like it's one of those. It looks like you have a created character and you just choose your weapon base. It might even be somewhat of a Call of Duty.
There's not enough unique elements to really distinguish it from the pack.
So just gotta. I think we hit all the big hitters that were revealed at this moment, being the 15th.
Have they? Yeah, today's 15th.
Yep, 15th at approximately 6 p.m. So.
Now, in regards to E3, this was definitely a very great E3. Like I said, I think it's overall probably the best E3 in history at the moment. There are a lot of big titles announced. We definitely, we did go over kind of the bigger ones. I mean, there were still some more, so you can always check that out by just going.
I just remember they also did something talking about how Fallout 4 and Doom are getting like VR compatibility.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
compatibility.
it's not surprising because Fallout's still getting new DLC released with it. Doom's big hit. I mean, it was already getting awards before it came out.
It's a great game
Then
though. I love
there's
it.
Telltale wrapping up, getting Batman, and then season 3 of The Walking Dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So,
so Telltale had some.
Keep an eye out for
things.
Telltale. They're doing their whole point. of
Although there
adventure.
was that the Detroit.
Detroit
Becomes Human.
Becoming Human.
Yeah, the Detroit Becoming Human. I mean, it's made by the what is the name?
They're called Quantum Dream. They're the creators of Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls.
Which, if you guys have never played them, it's pretty much like a choose your own adventure game. I mean, you pick all the decisions. It's kind of like a more in-depth Telltale game.
Yeah.
I always choose the decision where I accidentally die.
And I really only played Heavy Rain mostly, and I mean, I would like to think that was pretty successful.
Sean.
I think those were really pretty much all the big games. I mean, I imagine we probably missed some, but there was a lot released.
Haven't seen any of it yet, but I'm hoping that they're going to talk about some Dark Souls 3 DLC.
Tekken 7.
Tekken 7 is coming out next year.
Am I the only one
So
who
be
thinks
on the
that?
lookout for that for 2017. There are a couple games though coming out next year. So.
That zombie game with the motorcycle.
Oh, Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Days Gone
Walking
looks
Dead.
really neat. If you guys haven't seen Days Gone, check that out. Check out the trailer. Just watching it definitely has it's different.
State of Decay 2.
They pretty much showed at E3 when they were playing it just kind of the swarms of them. Shooting things will bring more in, but like nothing stops them. They just keep going. It's definitely very interesting. I would
Like
check
how
out
zombies
the-
should have been.
It's kind of like World War Z a little bit.
Yeah, it's a lot like World War Z. And there are a lot of other neat zombie games coming out though too. Resident Evil 7.
State of Decay 2.
Resident Evil 7 looks really cool though. They're going back retro with that from kind of like how it was originally. So if you liked Raccoon City or a couple of the games before that, it's going to be 100% different. It's going to be a lot like the old ones that were released.
Way back when.
Yeah, the
Wasn't
original.
it? I believe it was 4 when they shifted over, right?
4 was when they kind of shifted
Yeah.
over. 5 went even further. 6 kind of drove it into a ditch for a little bit.
And then 7 we're going back home.
And
I
pretty
never
much,
played a game in the
pretty
series
much
to begin
for
with.
7 though, I think they've been waiting for Resident Evil 7 for a long time.
It looks like they said it's taking some things from PT, that old like Silent Hills demo.
I don't know if you saw the trailer for it, but pretty much what they did is they said Resident Evii, or no. Pretty much they had 7 at the end. It was neat how they did it. I couldn't really explain it apparently.
Resident Evii.
Yeah, but they somehow made it say evil.
They probably changed that second I to look more like a.
I don't know.
I don't know,
I'd
that's
have to
kinda
see
weird.
it again, but it was neat how they did it, and I was just thinking to myself, they've been waiting for this moment to incorporate that into their title. But overall, there's a lot of good stuff announced at E3. Check it out,
Yeah.
because like I said, we of course did not go over everything
We just-
that did go on. I mean,
Yeah,
we
We touched as
definitely
much as we could.
we went over a lot of the bigger titles, well, that were bigger to us. I mean, there were a lot of independent games
There's
that
quite a
were
bit,
released.
quite a bit of indie games that we missed. But
And so if you're a big fan of indie games, I would definitely go check out E3. There was a lot introduced with that.
But other than that, I think we should just kind of give out a bit more information. We'll be filming in this location from now on.
Yeah, we will be filming in this location.
As we mentioned earlier, we'll be throwing in some board games.
Yeah.
If you want to contact us, like on PlayStation, I believe is where we'll be mostly based. We could probably put our tags in the description
Well,
below.
every time we live stream,
They
it does.
see it anyway,
It does
but-
have our tags on there.
Yeah,
So
but-
I mean, it never hurts if you guys wanna
If you wanna
follow
shoot.
us, friend us on PlayStation. Just hop on one of our live streams. You'll be able to see that there in the description. Well, we can't put it in the description. That'd be easy
yeah,
enough.
it'd probably be best to link it.
And then we also now have an Instagram that I've been doing some stuff with. So also be on the lookout for that. That one is actually in the description box. So just, you can start following us on there. We're gonna start putting more, things through Instagram, hopefully, mostly just video announcements.
Follow our Twitter.
And
Yeah.
one thing I plan on doing, cause I'm going to Gen Con here, I said that earlier in one of my live streams, is that,
You gonna vlog there?
I don't know if I'm gonna vlog there.
I think it
You
might
should at least record a little bit.
It might be.
I'm thinking about recording, cause especially, well, I'm gonna try to record the tournament that I'm going into. I'm going into a couple tournaments, that's the hope.
You're going to a convention, there's cosplayers, record it.
Yeah, there are gonna be cosplayers too. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of pictures. I'm gonna definitely have a lot of pictures for Instagram. I'm definitely gonna record some gameplay of different board games, so if you're a fan of board games, be on the lookout for that. But that's not gonna be until August here. But starting August, I mean, you're gonna see that's our Instagram's gonna get filled with pictures.
Yeah.
And one final thing I do want to put out there, recently the team here has been playing Warframe, free-to-play game that is on, I believe, I know it's on PC, I know it's on PlayStation 4, I believe it's Xbox One as well.
I don't know if it's on Xbox One.
But it's completely free to play, and if you'd actually be interested in playing with us, getting to even get introduced to the game, just go ahead and shoot one of us a message. And if you're even interested in joining the channel's clan, just shoot me a message and I can even get you put in as well. Other than that,
And then in regards to also just our channel in general, just be on the lookout though, cause we're gonna start doing some interesting things, like, I don't know, I've been talking to you about the short films. I
Yeah.
definitely had some story ideas that we should hopefully start filming.
maybe we could even throw in a little something that you and Josh started. Maybe if you could talk to the master about it, maybe even filming those sessions.
I did already talk to him about that. We were actually talking at work about that. We're also gonna start live streaming some, well, yeah, I think we were gonna do live streaming for, I think that's what we discussed, some D&D sessions. Now, it's going to be Star Wars based, so that'll be pretty cool.
At least for the first roundabout.
Now, definitely, I do kind of want to give also a warning with that. It is not going to be strict Star Wars. Our character sheets are on scrap pieces of paper.
I also want.
That's how he likes to do it, and it's definitely very interesting rules. He likes to build more based on story, so it'll be interesting. You'll get to see us. I'm a Ewok named Wampa. I'm like the Yoda, essentially, of Ewoks.
You know what? I think we should also introduce the other member of the team. Just to
And
get
then
a
you'll start
little
seeing Josh. He's back there if you want to come
Do you
pop
wanna-
in, so that people are going to see you eventually on here.
People are gonna
especially
see
if we're
you.
playing.
Present yourself.
This is Josh.
He is our Filipino friend.
Okay.
So we're not racist.
He was
don't worry.
filling in as a cameraman. I don't know if he's going to be a permanent cameraman.
I don't care. I would be glad to help.
Alright, but yep, new member of the team.
This
My
is
character's
Josh.
name is Wookiees.
That's right. It is Wookiees. I forget what race you are.
Wookie.
Well, that would make sense.
Alright, and I have yet to make a character, but I'll get it constructed ASA soon.
And then, and we could also, in regards to the channel, also start putting some magic things on there. I know that you recently.
We don't need to discuss that, but recently some tragic things happened involving magic and me.
I mean, if anyone's ever played Magic, you've been there where you have to sell all or a good portion of your cards. I mean, eventually you gotta get rid of some of that cardboard that is worth cash. So, I mean, it's a decision that a lot of people make to just liquidate that. And so, but even with that, I mean, I have plenty of decks and stuff. We could also start putting some Magic games on there. That's easy enough. Those hopefully don't take very long, unless I'm taking turns. and
Unless you're
things, but-
thinking out your turns.
Yeah, or unless I'm dragging it out, because I like to do that, kind of like, I don't know, I imagine it like, kind of like I'm a predator and you're the prey, so I kind of like to like toy
Stalk.
with it.
Do you make that gurgling sound too? A little bit.
I do.
Alright. Just remember, as long as we get to the chopper, we'll be fine.
But other than that, so just be on the lookout for the different content that we should hopefully be releasing here soon. Definitely more live streams though, I imagine.
Yeah,
A lot of
probably.
gaming.
Probably gonna be doing some more Overwatch ones here pretty soon.
I watched a portion of your Overwatch, which was pretty neat. Check that out.
And one final thing, when we do start the D&D, you'll finally get to meet the master.
Yes, the master. To give you a little bit of background on him, he has a cat named Puddin'. There's no G. It's probably the biggest cat I've ever seen. It gets tired from walking.
How much does it weigh again? Isn't it?
It was an unhealthy amount.
All I remember is it gets two treats per pound, and it gets like 30 treats, doesn't it?
Well, you're not supposed to have more than 20, so it gets a handful.
Yeah.
However much looks like
He has a very large cat. I'm pretty sure that's gonna play Java in our playthrough.
He could. I told him that he should bring it over sometime.
He really should. You might get to see it, hopefully. But other than that, I think we should wrap it up.
Alright, then we can definitely do that. Just be on the lookout for everything. Other than that, we'll go ahead and sign off here. My name is Damick.
I'm Craig.
And I'm John Cena, and we'll be seeing you next time.